3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Personal Pangu. I'm actually going to quickly change the screen while I'm here. There you go. So now I can't see. Actually, I probably should see the screen a little bit. Okay. Unfortunately, this one's a solo episode. My partner in crime is unavailable, so I thought I'd give a solo episode a try. I thought it would be a good way for me to just talk. I recently went on a solo trip, so today's topic is a solo trip. My first ever one. I went to Portugal, Lisbon, land of the colonizers, and I decided, it was just a spontaneous decision. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was supposed to go with my friends to Cornwall, as in they were all going. I had a shoot got cancelled, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go Lisbon. It was very spontaneous, and I made a decision. Before we start, RIP to Mr. Manobala, the actor. He's just one of those guys I really did like in cinema, and I thought I'd just be like, yeah, man. I hope you rest in paradise. I've had nothing but good memories associated. You know, like even when I saw I saw the fact that he passed away. The first thing that I saw his face, and I saw a couple of pictures, and it just made me laugh. And I thought, you know what, I should pay my respects to this man. Because man, he's accomplished some great things. But let's get straight into this. I went to Lisbon. Lisbon was great. I mean, that's all I can say. It's my first solo trip. I was scared because I've never been I've traveled with family. I've traveled with my sister. We've done New York. So the idea of traveling is not something new to me. I do enjoy traveling. I do like just going around everywhere and just sometimes just walking around. Do you know what I mean? But I just so I decided to book Lisbon. Tickets were cheap, so I decided to go. I think I paid about 130 to go and come back for 3 nights. So I left Saturday night. I came back on Tuesday night. So Tuesday night. I landed about 11-12ish, and I stayed at the Good Morning Solo Traveller Hotel, which I think was really good. And generally, I would recommend everyone do it. I think if you can go to Lisbon as a solo traveller. I think it's a good place to start. Yeah, that's where I started. I didn't really know what else to do, but give it a go. And I thought today I would just sort of talk about my experiences, what happened. This is more reflection on me, really. I just wanted to talk to the camera for 20 minutes and then just put it out in the name of an episode of a podcast, really. Let's just get right into this. So I landed Saturday. I landed at Lisbon airport around 9:30, 10ish, which is not too bad. Actually, no, not even. I landed at 11. Yeah, I landed like 11 actually. The first thing I came out, my internet's not working. So, and Uber apparently is quite cheap. I was told by someone at the hostel that it would be best for me to get an Uber to the hostel. It will only cost me about 6 to 8 euros. I was like, you know what? Fair deal. I'll take it. Tried calling Uber. My internet wasn't working. And that's where it went wrong. I had to stand outside the airport, trying to connect to airport Wi-Fi. I'm on 3, so I thought I would have some sort of internet, but 3, this is a whole nother dilemma. I'm still experiencing issues with 3, unless you man try and nice me, once my contract's done, I'm gone, my guy. But I did, so I was using the airport Wi-Fi I've got Manobala's picture up here and it keeps distracting me. So I went to the airport, tried calling an Uber. Thank God my Uber driver was an absolute sweetheart. His name is Kunal, and he genuinely, I was running up and down the airport, to the bus station, to the coach station, to where the taxis come, to the departure, to the arrivals, trying to look for this guy. And because I didn't have internet, so it would show me a completely different position where he was, compared to where I was. And when I moved, it also moved for him. And I was trying to communicate to him. He tried calling me, but there was barely any signal, and I couldn't really hear him. And it felt like a bad omen, like I'd sort of landed in a new country, and it felt like, damn, like I feel like this is really gonna go downhill from here. But it luckily 15 minutes later we got some communication going. I don't know what it was. It was just fate, and we found each other. If I could find someone like that, but that's a different story. So yeah, I got my Uber there. He told me, yo, you're living in a good spot. Like, if you literally just head down, you'll find like a couple bars, and like you hit that strip and you enjoy yourself. I said, cool, say no more. Thank you for all of the information, Kunal. Sorry, Kunal, I butchered your name, man. I'm sorry. You're lovely as well. I got to the hostel first, and it's sort of inside a gift shop. So the shutters were down when I went there. So I was just like a little random bit. Went up, and it's just like, it's basically like a flat. And then so there's a main lobby area. Then there's like rooms, and then you go up again. There's more rooms. I went, and it was sick. Like, as in, it was packed. It was noise from the minute I entered. I just saw one brother called Bruno. He basically looks like a little Dicky, but he's sort of the Portuguese version. That's what Bruno was. And I checked in. Everyone was already in the common room. Bear in mind, there's like 40 people, 50 people in there, and they're all just talking, having fun. It's all loud. And I know, like, every day they all go on a pub crawl. They all jump out and they all just go bar hop and just do whatever. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So I checked in, and I was like, so guys, I tell you guys heading out? And they're like, oh, like in 10 minutes. I was like, okay, cool. So I quickly went to, I didn't even go to the toilet, do nothing. I just dropped my stuff off, put my stuff in a locker, and then headed out. And then the black girl, I don't know what the girl's name is. I still don't know what her name is. She showed me instructions to the bar, and I said, cool, I'll go. I went there, and everyone already knew each other, or everyone sort of had an idea of each other. This was the minute I landed there, so I'd been there for 10 minutes, and looking around, like, it was very intimidating. I didn't know anyone there. I just and I would say I'm social enough. Like, I'm social, like, I'm extroverted enough. Like, I talk a lot of shit. I am very loud, and I do make a lot of like remarks, but like sometimes I prefer my own company, just to be alone. Sometimes I don't really want to just like be with people. So like in that, like especially in a scenario where I don't know people, I would just not talk. I would be very quiet and just to myself, and I'm okay with that. Do you know what I mean? Because I can have a lot of fun in my own head and just all by myself. So we were going bar hopping. I saw Bruno, so I went up to him, and then they give you like a free bottle at the bar that they went to, and you just pour shots down everyone's mouth, and he was just giving it to everybody. And I thought, it's been a good night. I tried talking to this one like Indian dude who was there. I don't know what your name was, tall brother. Like, listen, if someone ever tries to talk to you, yeah, okay, you give them a conversation, but don't just walk away. That was rude. Yeah, like I wasn't on crud, but it was just a bit rude. My guy just talked and I walked away. Like, at least, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've told you, like, yeah, like, I'm here, new. Like, you could have just been a bit more welcome. That's okay, I'm not really like judging you, but I was just like, yeah, that sort of like put me off for the whole night. I was like, damn, like, I'm not really gonna make any friends here. So I had like two shots of tequila, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll enjoy myself a bit. So I started, I had my shots. It was like techno music, so I was like, you know what, I'm not really a techno EDM guy. I'm a hip hop, R&B, Afrobeat. I don't even mind. Like bashment, give me all of that. Dancehall, give me all of that. Listen, if they put some kutupa on, give me all of that. Do you know what I mean? I'm all, anything that isn't just do you know what I mean? I will back. Don't get me wrong, has its place in society, and it has its place when you're partying, but a whole night, especially brother, when it's like their nightlife starts late, and it's like 11:30 and you're already on the that's a long day for me. I didn't even bring paracetamol with me, so it was a bit long. So I went, you know what, I'm gonna go home. Went home. I edited last week's episode, actually. And then got one client like piece of work sent off as well. and I was up until like 3, 4 o'clock, just doing that. Got the video uploaded, edited, uploaded, client work sent off, went back to bed, and I said, you know what, tomorrow's a fresh start. I was like, what can I do? And I said, okay, fresh start. Grab my camera, and I'll just do whatever I want. So woke up, breakfast at the hotel. Normally they just do waffles with Nutella, eggs, toast. They do like these toasties, cheese and tomato sandwiches. They do like apples and orange slices. They do like oats. They do coffee. They do all sorts. And it's all like in the hostel. It's very like communal. It's very like some of the people that work there are just travelers themselves, and they volunteer to work there, or they get paid to work there, or like they just need someone to stay and like and they just end up just like working there for a couple months or whatever, or they travel, do whatever they need to do. So I was like, okay, cool. Ate my food, got that was at 8 o'clock, and as soon as I was done, I hopped out for about 9 o'clock, and I visited. There's like a famous lift. So the issue was, apparently there's this lift that is like a famous lift that was in Lisbon, and it was made during, I think it's like the 17th century, like somewhere 1970, something like that. And it's basically like a lift because Lisbon is such like a hilly sort of city, where there's a lot of hills and there's a lot of climbing up things. It was sort of made for like labourers and workers to take the lift all the way up. So I was like, cool. I heard about this shortcut because if you go to the actual main lift, there's a long ass line for people to use a lift, and it's a quick 30-second, like it's like a 2-minute lift, and people are paying like €6. I was like, and they say there's like a gift shop behind it. You go in there, there's an elevator, you go up there, and there's a little bit more walking upstairs, and then boom, you can get to the top of it and you can still look at it. So I was like, okay, cool. Started walking up some streets and started looking around, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Lifts, I was like, yeah, the lifts is that general direction. So I'm generally just going to head there. I started walking up some hills, and I just ended up at the top of the lift. Like, I just walked around and I went, damn, like, that's it. There's a lift, and it just surprised me because I wasn't really expecting to just climb up everywhere and just somehow see it. But it was good. And then I went down. Then there's like this famous arch called Arch Augusta, I think it's called. It's basically like an arch that was built after an earthquake. I think it had like a Richter scale of like, I've got a vlog coming out for this, so you'll see everything afterwards, and I'm not going to really put in like pictures. This is just going to be me talking. So if you want to put this in the background while you're cleaning your house or doing whatever you need to do, come along. If not, I'll see you next week when you have 2 people. But yeah, and then we just decided, I went down to went to the arch, and it was hit by an earthquake, so it was sort of like to commemorate that. And then I just chilled around the centre a bit, walked around. Apparently beer is cheaper than water in Lisbon. That's just a saying they say. So I went, you know what, I found this beer shop where they give you a beer, and they give you like, it's called Pasta de Bacalhau. It's basically codfish, cheese, and then fried in like bread. It's like cutlet with cheese. It's the best way to describe it. And it was kind of nice. So I thought, you know what, I'm not a beer drinker. Tani's a beer drinker. I'm not. If I'm on a night out, it's tequila for me. Strictly tequila. Yeah, I might have like mixed drinks, like drinks with like mixer and stuff, but I'm normally just shots, and I'm on more of my night. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to get drunk efficiently. Do you know what I mean? Effectively. None of this calories or none of that business. I'm talking like I'm bare skinny. But yeah, that was fun. Went back to the hostel for lunch. Had crepe with, it was sort of like a mushroom, creamy mushroom, chicken, spinach sauce with some salad. That's actually really nice. It was like heartwarming food that will sort of fill you up and get, like, especially when you spend the whole morning outside. You come back and it's just very, like filling food, heartwarming food. Jumped out again, went to this thing called the Time Out Market, which is Box Park in Lisbon. They have like time out markets everywhere around the world, I think. Tried the food there. I know there was a famous spot for pasta de nata. Pasta de nata is their custard tart, pastry tart. Fucking amazing. I love that shit. So yeah, like throughout this whole journey, that was one consistent thing. So yeah, I went to Time Out Market, tried a donut there. I didn't even try it. I took it with me, and then I didn't have it. I tried. There's like a Portuguese sandwich which has like steak. It's like sirloin steak and sandwich, and it's just butter. It's just very weird. But so there's like a shop doing that. I think they sort of did like a little bit of like a modern twist on it. But I still got it. I really liked it. Got myself a cocktail. Got a Kiev Mule, which was vodka with ginger beer. Ginger beer is one of my favorite mixes. If I can mix ginger beer into any of my alcoholic drinks, I would. Ginger beer, and then yeah, I just made my way back. Had some pasta de nata. Took one for gold. Had one to eat. Then I went to LX Factory. LX Factory is essentially the brick lane of Lisbon. It's like a area. It's like a refurbished sort of like industrial area where there's like a lot of shops and stores, and you can like like little exhibitions that you can see. And I went to this bookstore. It's like this really. If you type in LX Factory, it's like the bookstore that everyone goes to. Which actually, this is why I bought this alone. I found this little masterpiece. So I don't really have a lot of vinyls. I only have two. No, this is my second one. It's the Kanye My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy vinyl. It's got 3 vinyls in it. Limited edition. It's got frameable artwork and a collector's poster. Anyone that knows me knows that I love Kanye. Kanye is a mad genius. I know he has his controversies about the Jews and all the crazy shit that he says, but I genuinely do love his stuff. So I thought, you know what, it was the first one there. Like there was Donda and there was this, and the rest were all like jazz and like Marvin Gaye, and then there was like some random other stuff. And I'm only just starting off in this vinyl stuff, so I thought I'll get myself just one, So I thought it was 60 euros, which, you know what, for three vinyls, a limit like an artwork and a poster, I'd 100% take it. And I thought, you know what, I'm in Lisbon, I have to. So I bought it, went back to the hotel because I was running late. I went to a Sporting Lisbon match, so they were playing Sporting Lisbon. Even though like it's in the name Lisbon, apparently Benfica's the more like popular team. But I think they were playing a away match that day. So Sporting Lisbon, I bought tickets. I went back to the hotel to drop off my stuff and get a new camera battery because I was vlogging and I ran out of battery. And that's when I was just at the bar. Like I was like, you know what? Let me just get, because they give you a free beer and stuff like when you're in the hostel. So I said, you know what? Fine, I'll get myself a beer and then I'll cut. I saw a guy watching the Ajax PSV match. I think it was a final match day or match week. So I was like, okay, cool. Spoke to him. I was like, oh yeah, listen, I'm going to a Sporting Lisbon game. And bear in mind, this whole day I've spent by myself. Like it's just been me and my camera, and it was peaceful. Like this whole trip, I avoided music. Like I am normally the type of guy where I put my headphones in and I'll do everything. If I'm cleaning dishes, I've got music. If I'm banging the shower, I've got music. If I got showering, music. Like whatever I'm doing, I've always got music with me. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna listen to the sound of the earth, and I did, and I just walked around, no headphones on, didn't touch any sort of music unless I was showering at the hostel. Like I don't have I touch music, and I just went, yeah, cool. We're gonna walk around. Went back to the hostel. I told this guy I was going to Sporting Lisbon match, and then the guy next to him said, yeah, we're going too. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I was like, thank God there's someone else going. And it turns out there was about 8 of them going. Like I think most of them sort of bought their tickets together. There was one guy called Tyrone from the UK, bought it separately. And I was like, okay, cool. Can I like jump in the Uber with you? And they're like, yeah, cool. Jumped in the Uber with them. Went to the Sporting Lisbon game. They were on the other side. They wouldn't let me take my camera in, which I was kind of annoyed about. But I gave it to them. Gave it to security. Went in. Enjoyed the game. Porto, Sporting Lisbon, you man, tactically, you like atmosphere wise, amazing. I had the ultras behind me, yeah. So I was hearing all the chants. I was like, way, like I was chanting. I didn't know what the hell it was, but I enjoyed myself, right? They scored 3 goals. 2 was their own, like they scored, and then 1 was an own goal. So technically, the other team didn't even score that whole night. And it was a good night. Then we went back. Then we went out again on a pub crawl. And this was the first night I actually met some people. Damn, this is 19 minutes already. I'm just going to keep talking. This is the first night I actually met some people. I met Olivia, met Krish, met Gabriella, I met Harland with the short hair. I met Peter McKinnon, not the actual one, but he sort of looked like him, so I just call him Peter McKinnon. I met this Indian Tamil girl called Janani from America, from Jersey. I met a lot of people basically. We just hit up a couple bars. Basically, there's this hill, and once you go up that hill, it's a long ass hill, yeah. Once you go up that hill, that's where the bars are. So one of the hostel girls, one of our hostel girls, we'll just call her hostel girls, yeah. She was like, whoever the first five people to reach the top of the hill gets a free shot or beer. Well, cool. I saw Haaland with the short hair racing, yeah. This brother was built like a electricity pole. He was long, lanky, yeah. So he's like 3 steps, he was at the top of the hill. Then we had some other brother, I think he must have run track or field for some sort of high school event, because this brother was pacing it too. Then Jenny started running, and I went, you know what, I'm gonna run too. I ran, then I overtook Jenny very quickly, which I was very surprised about. I've never considered, I'm not fast at all. And then I look back and no one else is running. And there was one other guy, but he was walking. And I went, you know what? I've decided I'm gonna walk. I'm wearing my Easy foam runners, and I was just running. And then halfway through, I stopped, Haaland stopped, brother with the D1 high school athlete stopped, because it was too much uphill. Listen, I understand uphill's hard, and I'm kind of proud. I kind of made it up. Basically, went there, went to a couple bars, but we weren't really feeling it. Then went to an Irish bar. We got our shots and our drinks and whatnot. And the Irish bar was sick, you know. It was a girl singing, and she was singing Kings of Leon, all this Vella kind of music, which I don't understand. And I was like, yeah, fine, go. We just enjoyed ourselves. Me, I kind of made friends with everybody. Went back to the hostel. And yeah, went back to the hostel around, I'd say 3 o'clock. And that's when I was like, you know what, tomorrow I'm gonna go Sintra. Sintra is it's just its own little place, just a bit away from Lisbon, and there's a palace there, and you can basically spend a whole day there. Yeah, it's like if you come to London and go, you know what, I'm gonna spend a day in Cambridge, sort of thing. So I was like, yeah, and there was 3 people in my hostel that wanted to come as well. So this is Krish and Olivia and Ramon. Ramon, fuck you. I booked your ticket for you, pussyo. You didn't even turn out. Fuck you. Olivia, Krish, I love you, man. Yeah. So that man was like, yo, can we come? I was like, you know what? I'm going solo. I might as well. And this is why I genuinely feel my Lisbon experience got a lot better. So the next day, woke up, me, Krish. I told this man, I tell every single person in the hostel, I am waking up at 7 o'clock. I am going to breakfast at 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock I'm out the door. That's at 9 o'clock I'm ready. There's nothing else. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing none of this. I'm not the type of person where if I go on holiday, I'm not sleeping in, man. Do you know what I mean? I cannot. It pisses me off. If we go on holiday and you sleep in, I understand if we've had a late night, cool, fine, whatever, yeah. But it's one of my that pet peeves is people that go on holiday and just sleep all day. No, I will let you sleep to 10. I will let you sleep to 11, pushing it, yeah. But 10 is a max I'm giving you. Until then, whoosh, out the door, yeah. So me, Olivia, Krish went to Sintra. We got a bus there. We got a train there. Then we wait for a bus and then we just got, what the hell is happening with this bus? And fuck it. So we went to this beach. It was the beach, the Aguda or something Para de Aguda, Yero Para, I don't know. Yeah, it was fun. It was sick. It's the Atlantic Ocean, so it is cold, and the waves that come, I'm talking waves that just come up to your knees are strong. Yeah, you really got to plant yourself. So I was like, you know what? I want to get myself wet. I got wet. Olivia bought a swimsuit with her, so she also got wet. And then eventually, Chris, she had these cotton. My brother bought a cotton sort of I don't know what he was thinking. He bought some hippie ass shorts. I really liked it though. But we're like, you know what? We're gonna go in the ocean. You know, fuck, we're going in the ocean. We all went in, had fun. We all went. I think we all did go head deep, or all the way in. And they were like, okay, cool. We had like a palace. There's like a palace de Pina or something like that. Again, this is okay, I'm gonna skip over these details because this is just dragging on. But we visited the palace. We walked around everywhere. But I can genuinely say that whole day at Sintra was only fun because I had Olivia and Chris with me. Like we just walked around, we spoke, we vlog, like I vlogged, and we just had our own fun, man. Do you know what I mean? Like we formed a little trio that, like even the next day, the next day was my last day. So like even the next day, like when we went out, like it was just us three, and it was really good. So like we went out. Went to the beach. We went to the most western point of Europe, which is called Cabo de Roca. We basically watched the sunset there, which was fun. Our Uber driver was really nice as well. I forgot Bossman's name. I don't think he ever told us his name, but he basically waited for us the whole time, yeah. And he said like, just pay me 40 euros, and and pay me 30 euros, and I'll wait for you, and I'll take you back to your hostel in Lisbon as well. We were like, you know what, that's fair. So like, cool. And even after we came back from sunset, he took us like this thing called the Hell's Mouth. He took us around a couple places. He showed us real things, and he told us like things we could do. So you boss man, shout out to you as well, man. You're a real G. Like he was genuinely a lovely guy. We paid him like 40 euros. Came back to the hostel, got some McD's because we were hungry, and we're like, listen, we just need quick food. And anyone that judges me for having McDonald's, you're a dickhead if you go to another country and you ain't having McDonald's at least once. You always go McDonald's, and you always got to try whatever is not on their menu, or whatever you can't get in the menu of your own country. So we're like, cool. We went back. We were all knackered. Yeah, we've been in the ocean. We didn't get to wash ourselves. We just had sand straight to, like all of us had sand in our ass cracks. We went straight to the palace and still walked around. So we were knackered. Got back to the hostel, changed, showered, changed, ate food, drank a little bit, and we're out again. But bear in mind, we got back like 10:30. We're out the door by like 11:30. We're like 11:30, and this was a really fun night because we went to the Irish pub again. We went to a couple of pubs. We had tequila shots here and there, and they went to the Irish pub again, and they had karaoke. And I am not a karaoke guy. As in, I would love to be. I would love to just sing along. The problem is I don't know lyrics, and especially these Vela Carbatas, like these white man songs, but like these brother put on like Elton John. Do you know what I mean? Like when one of the girls sang Destiny's Child, Say My Name, I was like, you know what? Yeah, say my name. Yeah, I could sing that song. But the rest of the songs, they sang ABBA. Listen, I know Mamma Mia. I know the chorus. Do you know what I mean? Like Hey Jude, I know the chorus. Do you know what I mean? Like I am not that kind of brother where I am educated in these kind of songs. Like if I asked you to recite Migrant Skank, ain't nobody in that hostel doing it. Apart from Tyrone. Me and Tyrone had a little sing-along on Migrant Skank. So I was like, you know what? And me, Olivia, and Chris, we're talking about Mr. Bombastic. Yeah. We're talking about, yeah. Mr. Lower. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do Mr. Bombastic. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I didn't realize how much of the song I did not know. Even when he goes, Mr. Romantic, and it's like the timing of the screen was incredibly wrong. So after a while, I just started freestyle rapping. Like, yeah, and I'm on the beat, and I'm me, and I started looking around, and I was like, yeah, what can I say next? And I saw Heineken, and I was just adding words in, and then it was just like. And then after a while, I was just like, oli, oli, oli. It was just all sorts of randomness. And I genuinely loved it. I think that whole day was amazing. I think we just enjoyed ourselves, got drunk, went out, did our thing. Came back. Next day, went out to Belém. Belém's like another area. There's this thing called pasta de nata, which is basically their custard tarts. And apparently pasta de Belém is where it originated. They're the OGs. So we went, you know what, we're going to go there. Me, Krish, Olivia, same plan, 7 o'clock wake up, 8 o'clock out, breakfast, 9 o'clock ready. Olivia was ready at 9. Krish, you pussy out, he was ready at 10, which, you know what, fine, fair enough, yeah, we had a very long night, but it was a very good night. It was genuinely a good night. And Faraz, fuck you, man, for calling me Brian. But yeah, we went out to there. Then we just walked around. We hired Lime scooters and Lime bikes, and we just had fun. And then had to quickly rush back to the hostel, because I had a flight at 9, so I had to be there for like 7:30, and then yeah, so I had to get back quickly, bang shit. I didn't even check in. I had to check in, get my stuff, leave, and then I went back, and luckily Gabriella and I had the same flight back, so we both got on the same plane, and then I came back. But it was genuinely, this is half an hour long. Sorry, this whole podcast is 1 second. 3 to 1. Let's pretend I can even sync it there. The whole experience was good, man. I would recommend people to travel on your own, 100%. Lisbon's a safe country as well, safe city as well, apparently. So I would definitely recommend it. I stayed at Good Morning Solo Traveler, so like there was a lot of solo people. I was scared I wouldn't make a lot of friends. But once you just sort of have to meet one person, and then you talk to other people, and it's not even about knowing their names or their instas or whatever. It's literally about interacting as humans. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone will speak English as well, and you can just talk to people, enjoy yourself, go out, have your fun. If you wanna, because my plan when I got there was to purely spend it alone. Like I was ready to spend my whole Lisbon holiday alone. You know what I mean? Thank God, I found Livia and Krish, but I was willing to spend my whole holiday alone. But then, I made friends, and even when you go back to the hostel, there's a lot of people that you see, and you just talk, and the familiar faces, and you can say oh, where are you from? There was a girl from Taiwan, there was a girl from India, there was a guy from here, there was Germany, there's all sorts of people, and everyone comes from different walks of life. And it was genuinely this sounds so pretentious, I sound like a spiritual awakening, but it's not. It was just fun. Do you know what I mean? I just genuinely just let loose, because I felt like the past couple weeks, months, I've just been working, editing, just back to back, and it's just I just sort of felt burnout, and I really wanted to go on a solo trip, and I did it, and I'm happy I did it. Do you know what I mean? I called my mom and sister. 3, listen, you man, yeah. My internet wasn't working there. It was supposed to be working. You got to work in the first day after I contacted you. I came back at 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning. It stopped working. Contacted you in the morning. You said you give me 24 hours. 24 hours later, still not working. Next day I contacted you. You said, yeah, give us 72 hours. But at 72 hours, I'll be back in the UK, minding my own business. Yeah? Came back to the UK, it's been 72 hours, and Inter's still not working, and now you're telling me it's something to do with my SIM. Am I a dickhead? Yeah. But to anyone that has always considered solo traveling or doing any sort of traveling, I would 100% recommend it. Just give it a go, man. Listen, sometimes traveling is one of those things you just have to get used to. And it will test you as a person. I feel like I'm an okay traveler. I always prefer going to the airport 2 hours at least before my flight, because I know once I'm past security, then I'm okay. Do you know what I mean? If you're having a holiday with me, you'll see it. I'm like, listen, let's just get past security, get our shit done. Once we're inside, we're fine. Do you know what I mean? Then we can relax, because you've got an hour, you've got however long you need to do whatever you want to do, but just get inside security. I don't want none of this nonsense of, no, we'll get an hour for. If you're one of those people, suck your mum, yeah? That you're absolute idiot, yeah? Get your life together, man. But yeah, man, and don't sleep in. Don't be one of those people who sleep in on holiday. I get it. Everyone needs to relax. Everyone needs some rest, yeah? But wake up in the morning, have some breakfast, start walking, have some water, bang a shit, yeah? Get walking, and I promise you'll feel a lot better, rather than you just sleeping in all day and you just watch your life roll away. But I would 100% recommend Lisbon. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Now, should I just speak in Tamil for the last 5 minutes? Just because I have to, right? I'm saying I'm Tamil person. Lisbon, நல்ல holiday இருந்தேன். I'm already regretting this. நான் இப்பயே யோசிச்சு நான் கஷ்டப்பட்டு பேச போறேன்ட்டு. ஆனால் அதான் நான் இன்றைக்கு இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி நான் தனியாக தான் செய்கிறேன். பிகாஸ் தனி அவர் எங்கே இருக்குன்றே தெரியலை எனக்கு. ஆனால் அவர் சொன்னது லேட்டாக தான் ஆகும். சொன்னான் சரி, நான் சொன்னேன் சரி என்று நான் தனியாகவே இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணி நானே பேசுவேன் என்று. இந்த ஹாலிடேயால் எனக்கு ஒரு டாபிக் இருந்தது பேசுகிறதுக்கு. ஸோ அதான் நான் இப்போ இதை பற்றி பேசுகிறேன். அவ்வளோதான். லிஸ்பன் நல்ல ஒரு 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 நான் தமிழில் பேச மட்டும்தான் எனக்கு எப்படி சொல்கிறேன், நான் கஷ்டப்பட்டு யோசிச்சு தான் பேசணும். அதான் எனக்கு லைக் நான் டைரெக்டாக இங்கிலீஷ்லேருந்து நான் தமிழுக்கு தான் ட்ரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுவேன். ஆனால் அது இந்த மூலையில் எனக்கு வேலை செய்யாது. சம்டைம்ஸ்ட்டு கூட சொல்லுவேன். அதான் எனக்கு பிரச்சனை. ஸோ அதான் நான் இந்த இந்த ஷோவில் நாங்கள் இந்த தமிழில் பேசுகிற செக்ஷன் மட்டும் தான் எனக்கு அந்த கஷ்டம். ஆனால் நான் ஒவ்வொரு வாரம் நான் இப்படியே ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணி வந்தால் எனக்கு ஓகே ஆகும். நான் சிஜே ஜெர்மனி தெரியும். ஆனால் நான் பிபி யுனைடெட் கிங்டம். ஓகே, அதான் நான் இல்லாட்டி பிபி பிரிட்டானியா. ஓகே, ஆனால் ஒரு நிமிஷம் தான் போச்சு. சரி, ஆனால் நாங்கள் அடுத்த வாரம் நாங்கள் என்ன பற்றி பேச போகிறோம் தான் யோசிக்கிறோம். உங்களுக்கு ஐடியா இருந்தால் நீங்களே கீழே ஒரு கமெண்ட் போடுங்க. அது நான் இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி இந்த ஹோஸ்ட்டில் நான் பேசி நாங்கள் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணி நாங்கள் பேசுவோம். நீங்கள் உங்களுக்கு சோலோ ட்ராவலிங்குன்ற ஐடியா வந்தால் சொல்லுங்கள் கீழே. உங்களுக்கு எங்கே போகிற ஐடியா இருக்குது? நான் லண்டனுக்கு வரும்போது என்னோட வந்த பொம்பளை கேப்ரியலா, அவளுக்கும் எந்த வயசு தான். அவள் நிறைய ட்ராவல் உண்டுவா. அவள் அங்கே சவுத் ஈஸ்ட் ஏஷியாவுக்கு போயிருக்கிறா. சவுத் அமெரிக்கா அங்கே எல்லாம் போயிருக்கிறா. அவள் சொன்னால் லைக் யூரோப்பில் ட்ராவல்ன்றது பூடபெஸ்ட் இல்லாட்டி செக் ரிப்பப்ளிக்கும் நல்லது, ஆம்ஸ்டர்டாம் இல்லாட்டி ஒரு நல்ல ஹாஸ்டல். ஆனால் யூரோப்பில் இருக்கிற ஹாஸ்டல்லாம் ஒரு பரவாயில்ல, ஒரு லெவலு பரவாயில்லண்டா ஒரு ஓகேயான லெவலுக்கு நீ இருக்கும். ஆனால் இந்த லிஸ்பனில் இருக்கிற மட்டும் தான் ஒரு நல்ல ஹாஸ்டலாக இருந்தால் அதான் இந்த ஒரு எக்ஸெப்ஷன். ஆனால் நீங்கள் லைக் சவுத் ஈஸ்ட் ஏஷியா, ஒரு தாய்லாந்து இல்லாட்டி இந்தோனேஷியாவுக்கு அப்படி போனால் நல்ல ஹாஸ்டல் எல்லாம் இருக்குது. அப்போ அங்கே இங்கே லிஸ்பன் மாதிரி தான் ஒரு சோஷியலான இடம். அப்படி நீங்களும் எல்லார்கிட்ட பேசி இப்போ எல்லோரும் வெளியில் போய் எல்லோரும் பார்ட்டி உண்டு அப்படியான சாமான் எல்லாம் செய்யலாம். ஸோ நான் அதான் யோசிக்கிறேன். எனக்கு பிளான் இருக்குது. நான் ஒரு தரம் நான் இப்போ தனியாக ட்ராவல் வண்டி பார்த்துட்டு எனக்கு எனக்கு ஆசை இருக்குது. இப்போ நான் திருப்பி வேறு நாட்டுக்கு போய் நெக்ஸ்ட் இந்த லிஸ்ட்டில் நான் மேபி ஒரு செக் ரிப்பப்ளிக் யோசிக்கிறேன். இல்லாட்டி ஹங்கரி தான். நான் பூடபெஸ்ட் தான் நான் உண்மையாக யோசிக்கிறேன். நான் பார்ப்போம். ஆம்ஸ்டர்டாம் நான் ஆல்ரெடி 2 தரம் போயிருக்கிறேன். அதான் நான் யோசிக்கிறேன் திருப்பியும் போகிறதா. தனியாக போய் நான் என்ன செய்கிறதாங்க. நான் ஒபியஸ்லி நான் ட்ரக்ஸ் ஒன்றும் சேரலாமா சத்தியம்மா ப்ளீஸ் டோன்ட் கம் ஃபார் மீ. ஆனால் அதான் நான் இல்லாட்டி எனக்கு சவுத் ஈஸ்ட் ஏஷியா இல்லைண்ணா எனக்கு சவுத் அமெரிக்கா இல்லாட்டி கரிபியனுக்கு போகிறதான் ஆசை. சோலோ இல்லாட்டி ஒரு 2-3 ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ்கிட்ட போனால் நல்லாயிருக்கும். டிக்கெட்டை போய் பார்க்கணும். முதலாக நான் வேலையில் ஒரு ஆள் சொன்னார், நீங்கள் மார்ச் மாதம் புக் பண்ணினா நல்லா சீப்பாக டிக்கெட் எடுக்கலாம்ண்டு. ஸோ நான் மார்ச்சுக்கு பார்த்துட்டு நான் புக் பண்ண போகிறேன். இல்லாட்டியே நான் பார்ப்போம். ஆனால் நான் இந்த வருஷம் எனக்கு இந்த ஒரு ஹோல்டே ஒரு எப்படி சொல்கிற ஒரு செயின் ரியாக்ஷன் மாதிரி எனக்கு இந்த உள்ளுக்கு ஒரு ஆசை வந்திருக்கு. நான் இப்போ நிறைய ட்ராவல் பண்ணுறோம்ண்டு. அது நான் ஆல்ரெடி ட்ராவல்ன்ற பிளான் இருக்குது. நானும் அக்காவும் அம்மாவும் எல்லோரும் மொனாக்கோக்கு போகிறோம். அண்ட் தென் ஐ திங்க் நான் அடுத்த வருஷம் நான் சிலோனுக்கும் போகிறேன். அண்ட் தென் வேறு நான் ஃப்ரான்ஸுக்கும் போகிறேன். இப்போ நான் சோலோ ட்ரிப்புண்டா நான் ட்ரை பண்ணி பார்ப்பேன். பட் அவ்வளோதான் இந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு. நன்றி எல்லோரும் கேட்டதுக்கு. அடனோ இப்படி இந்த அவுட்ரோ செய்கிறது தான் நான் தனியாக ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணி நான் திருப்பி வருவேன். பட் அவ்வளோதான். நாங்கள் அடுத்த வாரம் சந்திப்போம். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.